Hello, YouTube. Do you like my haircut? I do. Today we have a two-part subject matter. I'm going to do a brief little knife review, first impression, essentially speaking, because I have not taken a knife out into the world and used it for any purpose at all whatsoever. Uh, um, and the other half is an announcement of a every now and then kind of series when the mood strikes me. I'm going to call it Men Can Clean Too. And you heard me right, clean. A series on the subject matter of maintenance of your home and yourself and your family. The maintenance of your home is the cleaning of your home. The maintenance of yourself is the cleaning of yourself. And the maintenance of your family is the feeding of your family. Because most family members, except for very small children, can clean themselves. So, what is the maintenance of your family? The feeding of them. Certain recipes. I and my wife got off on this wild goose chase conversation about how there are people in this world who have no comprehension at all whatsoever as to clean dishes or vacuum or stupid shit like that. So essentially speaking, we're going to do an every now and then series on this whenever the mood strikes us, or me, I should say. And essentially speaking, what I want it to be is a conversation between me and other YouTube people on how to maintain your goddamn home. Okay, this is not something that you can skimp on. Okay, I know I tried because I was very very badly disabled, and I said, you know what, fuck it, I'll let everybody else do the work. It doesn't work. Dishes pile on. The floor gets dirty. Eventually, you get bugs. Um, Things of that nature. You cannot allow it to go, on and on and on and on. I was in that in between place whenever you're disabled where you're feeling sorry for yourself, but you can actually do stuff. And so you're too busy being sorry for yourself to actually do stuff. And I'm so frustrated with that part of my life. It's overwhelmingly aggravating how I was at that point in my life. I literally sat on my ass and allowed everyone else around me to do the work for me. I was, definitively speaking, as I define it, an asshole. So, anyways, instead of allowing other people to have the same situation, I'm going to resolve that by doing a YouTube series in which I'm going to demonstrate how you do dishes, how you cook certain meals, how you go about that. And what my hope is that you will contribute to this. And if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Now to the other half. Amazon, I am angry with you. I like the Hudson Bay knife. Don't get me wrong. I deliberately went out of my way to find a version of the Hudson Bay knife that was not hammer finished. Okay? I went out of my way to find that, and I believed that I had, or used at one point, that I had found that. And I bought that for a grand fucking total of $60 because there was 5 left, and I believed that that knife was no longer in production. And guess what? I didn't get what I paid for. I don't know if you can see it. This is hammer finished. This is not what I want. This is not what I want to own. This is not what I want in my house. This is not what I want as a tool. Now, for those of you who like to make mockery of my YouTube videos because I don't go out into the goddamn wilderness and do shit with my knives, let me tell you something. I've been in martial arts since I was 7 years old. I've been working with knives, swords, and axes since I was about 13. And I can look at a knife, look at it, and tell you whether or not it's any good. This is a piece of shit. I took this into my kitchen, and I used it in my kitchen, and the edge blunted after just a few vegetable cuttings. Okay? That's it. Blunted. Supposed to be a tool that I can take out into the wilderness. $60, my fucking ass. I want my money back, and if I hadn't have been so excited and thrown out my packaging, Condor, I would have sent it back. This is a piece of shit. I am not a reenactor. I have no use for such things. And guess what, Condor? Reenactors are capable of doing this themselves. Okay? If they wanted a hammer finished knife, they'd hammer out one. Okay? Or they'd go to a buddy who could. And besides that, this doesn't look hammer finished. This looks like you threw it in a meat grinder and said, ta-da! Hammer finished. This is a piece of shit. This poor steel. Why did you do this to this knife? Okay, first of all, this is not a decent knife. If it bends on the edge or blunts on the edge from just cutting a vegetable or cutting into a little bit of wood, I took a stick that my son gave me and I tried notching for the very first time. And that brings up another subject matter, this blunt ass square area. You cannot have a sheath like this and have this blunt ass square area. A sheath like this is meant to protect your hands. I just want to show you this, okay? Now, you're not really supposed to be able to drop a knife into something like this, but let me just show you this. Okay? This little block of steel that you refuse to sharpen, even though there is plenty of meat right here on the blade to prevent my hand from sliding up on a cutting surface and cutting myself, because you did this, it tears up this. This is supposed to be a fully sharpened knife. Okay, there's not supposed to be a blunt square right here. Okay? If this blunts on a little piece of balsa wood my son found and a little bit of carrots and corn and such, then there's a problem with this tool. This is a non-functional tool. And if I have to, I will do a completely separate video demonstrating why and how. And you know what? I'm not the best at notching. I haven't really learned the format yet. And yes, I've seen about a half a dozen videos on the subject matter before I did it. But that doesn't mean that I had hands-on training. Okay, this is dysfunctional. You cannot take a poor piece of steel like this and treat it like this. It's rude. It's obnoxious. It's a piece of shit whenever you do that. How dare you disgrace this piece of steel? Fuck you, Condor. Fuck you very much. Everybody else, I love you. I hope you have a great day. I hope the rest of your day is absolutely awesome after you watch this video. I hope I don't put you down or anything like that. I don't ever want you to be disappointed. And I'm sure the people at Condor meant good by this, but it's a failure. It's an absolute failure. Okay? I'm sorry, guys. Do not reach for this knife. It will fail you on you. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.